Okay, hello everybody. As I say, I'm Peter Rowlett, and also here is Stephen Lee. Stephen, do you want to identify yourself?
Yes, just by voice. I haven't got a video running like Peter.
And this is a quick test. Thank you very much for coming along and helping us. The next slide, I've just said that Stephen and I are on the committee of the IMA's Midlands Branch and the IMA Early Career Mathematicians Group. IMA is Institute of Mathematics and its Applications. ima.org.uk is the place to go. The IMA has a series of branches, but Stephen had this idea, and I'll stress it was all Stephen's idea when it all goes horribly wrong, that we would do a virtual branch talk, so do a branch talk online. This would be location independent for anyone who wants to have a look at it, but just so that we can practice the mechanics of how the audience might communicate with me and one thing or another. We thought we'd just try and do this quick practice thing. We are recording this, so if you don't want to be recorded, then leave, although you won't be asked to do much. Stephen works for MEI, which is Maths and Education and Industry, and they have loaned us this Elluminate room, which is very kind of them, so that we can test it. Anything else I need to say on practicalities, Stephen?
You may just want to let them know about the hands up and facilities for smiley faces and things, just so that they can give feedback to you throughout the session, although it's only going to be a short session.
Okay, so I was going to explain that you can hopefully see a window on my computer in Windows Journal in which I can write. So if I show you how that works, you should be seeing writing appearing now. I get very confused by these things. See, made an error. Can't remember my Greek alphabet when I'm under pressure. So hopefully you all saw that appear, and that's how the thing is going to work. On the next slide, if I just show you, there's the chat window, which I think you've all worked out now, so you can respond that way. The other thing we're going to ask you to do is, as Stephen said, is the voting. That's these things down here. If you look, they're at the top of your screen, underneath the list of participants. And these over here are the hand up, hand down, smiley face, cross face things, which I don't fully understand, but they're for giving feedback to me. Is that right, Stephen?
Yes, it just means that if Peter asks a question and he says, is everyone happy with that, then a quick smiley face will allow us to see the list of participants that are happy with that. Obviously, it's much more useful when we've got 20, 30, 40 people here, just to have a quick show to see who's happy and who's not. So this is a little academic when there's fewer of us, but it's all built into the process for making this larger.
Okay, thank you. So what I thought we would do is a very simple puzzle, river crossing puzzles. You may or may not know this, but you have to play along like you don't know it, okay? So a farmer has a fox, a goose, and a bag of beans. He comes to a river. Oh, I said he. I tried to make the farmer gender neutral, but never mind. Comes to a river, and a boat that can cross this river, but the boat will hold the farmer and one of the purchasers only. Now, if left alone, the fox will eat the goose, and the goose will eat the bag of beans. So how does the farmer cross the river with his purchases intact? You aren't supposed to ask why a farmer is buying a fox, I don't think. So here we are, here's the river. If I define some notation, let's have a fox, a goose, and a bag of beans. There's a boat on this side with the farmer in it. There you go. So, by responding in the chat window, which animal do you want to take, or which product do you want to take across the river first? Okay. Stephen was going to read the chat window to me in case there were lots of things flying by, but there aren't, because there's only two of you. Vicky says fox. Christian says I should map A to fox, B to goose. That's presumably for voting, is it? I'm going to do that in a second, but I'm trying to try out the different ways of you communicating with me. So, I'll take the fox across, get rid of the boat, and move the fox onto the other side. So then the farmer's over here, and the goose eats the bag of beans. Okay? So that hasn't worked. So let's move it back. Now, if we took across the beans, then the fox would eat the goose, so that wouldn't work either. So in fact we have to take the goose, because that leaves a combination that works. So the goose is now over here. There's no point in the farmer taking the goose back again. So he comes back alone. So now, which one should he take over? The fox or the beans?
Christian says fox.
Okay, very good. So we'll take the fox over with the farmer. Now the farmer is supervising them so they don't eat each other. But if he leaves to go back to the other side, the fox is going to eat the goose. So what do we do?
Vicky says take the goose.
Very good. So the goose comes back. Now there's no point in taking the goose back again, we were just in that situation. So we'll take the bag of beans across, and then come back. So he's over here, and then come back, pick up the goose, and everybody's got across happy, and he can carry along his way. Very good. So now, a slightly more complicated version of the same problem. This is called the jealous husband's problem. The statement of this is 3 couples must cross a river in a boat that holds only 2 people, so that no wife is left in the presence of another man unless her husband is also present. Okay? Now, goodness knows what you think will happen in the situation where the wives are left alone. And it's a lovely it's an old puzzle, and it's got a very sort of sexist tone to it. But anyway, it's quite a nice little game to play. So again, here's the river. And to find some notation, let's have A, B, B, C, C. Let's make capital letters the husbands and lowercase letters the wives. Right, so first vote, what should I take across? So, let's say A is 2 men, B is 2 women, and C is 1 couple. So if you vote using the A, B, C buttons, and then Stephen will tell me the outcome.
Okay, we have both participants chose B.
To start the microphone again, both chose B, which was 2 women. So without loss of generality, I'll take A and B across like this. Now then, what do we want to do now? Well, someone's got to row the boat back. If they both row the boat back, then that was pointless. So let's say A rows the boat back. So now what do we want to do? Do we want to take, what shall I say, A, B. I might not give you all the options you need. That's the slight issue that I've got here. You could take A, C. Can we do a 4-way vote? I suppose we can. I can't quite work out where.
Christian has selected A so far.
Okay, so I'll take A over. So A was A and A. If I take A and A over, then little b is in the presence of big A without her husband also being present. So we've lost at that point. Okay, so we'll try again. Rats. Right, to get us started, I will tell you the thing to do at this point is to take one couple across. So I'm going to take A and A across. So now we can do a yes-no. Can we do a two-way? We can do a yes-no by just hand up or hand down, can't we? So should we take A back across? Hand up for yes. Thumbs down for no.
Yep, that was 2 hands up there.
Right, so we're taking big A back across. Okay, now at this point, do we take across? It's going to be the same options as before. I'm excluding the case where A goes back because A was just over there. There's no point in A going back on their own. So 2 men, 2 women, or 1 couple. We need a 3-way vote this time.
It's okay, they can select 3 from the 4. Okay, we've both gone for B.
Okay. So, at this point, the boat is on the other side. Somebody's got to bring it back. You might as well take 1 person, not 2, because otherwise you're going to end up with too many people, so I'll just take A arbitrarily. Now, at this point, do we want to take A and B, or B and C? I think the other option is equivalent. A and C would be equivalent to A and B.
Both have gone for C.
Very good. B and C. Because if we'd taken capital A across, then the women would have been in the presence of capital A without their husband. And if we'd taken little a back across, she couldn't have taken a man with her, and then we would have been exactly where we were a second ago. So now, who do we want to take back again? And it's those options: 2 men, 2 women, or 1 couple. Who do you want to take back? Remember, the boat's over here at this point.
Okay, we've got 1 B and 1 C.
Oh dear, a split vote. So one of you is saying 2 women, and one of you is saying 1 couple. If we take the 2 women back across now, they will be in the presence of capital A without their husband being present. So actually we can't do that. So we'll do the other option that was suggested, which was 1 couple. I'll take the B's. Okay, so now it seems like we've gone back and forth a bit. We haven't really got anywhere, but there we go. So, what do we do at this point? And actually I shouldn't have deleted it because it's the same options. 2 men, 2 women, or 1 couple.
We've got 2 A's.
Right, very good. So 2 men. So I'll take the 2 men over like this, A and B. This is not a problem because C is in the company of these other men, but her husband is present because her husband is big C. At this point, who do we want to send back again? Let's say A is A, B. Option B is just C on her own. it's lowercase c, or maybe the couple C and C.
Both went for option B.
Very good. So, take C back across. We've now got A, B, C. You want to send 2 people over, so we'll take 2 of the women. Without loss of generality, I'll take A and B. So now we're in a situation where several people can go back. Neither of the A and B men can go back, because that would break the rules, but either woman or the husband, C, can go back. I'll take C back over here, and then C brings his wife over to join the rest of the party, and we're all home and dry. So there you are, well done. I think the next slide I have the full solution on. Christian saying he's forgotten what we just did. So there you are. It was actually 11 steps, what we did there. I'm not going to leave that up for very long, but this is being recorded, so you can go back and watch it if you want to. I'll go to the last slide, which says, thank you. If we think that this worked very well, which I think it probably works all right, we're planning to do the real thing on the 21st of July, which would be a longer talk, but of this sort of format, I think. Remember that the IMA are at ima.org.uk. You can find out more by following IMA Maths on Twitter, which is a Twitter stream that Stephen and I both post to occasionally. I'm Peter Rowlett, peterrowlett.net. Is there anything else you want to say, Stephen?